picture? When was that picture taken, and why?
Well, this is a picture of me at Bessie mine, which I started working there September 29th, 1979, and then it closed while I was on maternity leave for Courtney, which was in 1989. She was born in March, and it probably closed before the end of the year 1988, I think. So it was sometime before I had Courtney. It was after you and before Courtney.
So you were still working in the mine when I was a youngster,
Uh-huh.
a child?
Uh-huh.
See, I didn't know that. I thought you had stopped working there really around the time that Matthew was a child. Because I was going to ask you a question about how long did you take off from work to be with Matthew? Because I would have assumed then that you would have taken off the entire time during his
About
childhood.
8 weeks.
Wow.
I went back to work when he was 8 weeks old. I took this picture myself. It
Okay.
was illegal to have a camera because
Right.
it could cause a fire, right? But I knew it wouldn't, and I was far away from the gas and, whatever. So I was working at that time really as a inside laborer, so I had different job duties every day. And if there wasn't, I was a skilled coal driller, so I ran a coal drill machine very proficiently, but I didn't have enough time in the mine to bid on a day shift job that would be working with a crew. So I wanted to be on day shift for Matthew so I could be home at night. Mike was working evening shift, so we swapped out his whole infancy while I was working too. Anyway, I took the picture myself in a place where no other workers were around so they could see that. I remember the same day I took a picture of a guy on another piece of equipment. Of course, I didn't tell him I had a camera, but it flashed when I took a picture of him from far away. And I can remember him turning around and saying, "What was that?" I said, "Well, I don't know. Anyway, maybe I knew I was ready to be off with Courtney. I can't remember why I was taking pictures that day. Because I think that might have been the only time I ever took a camera underground and took pictures. So I was off for 8 weeks when I had Matthew.
Mm-hmm.
Then you were born like 4 years later,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I only took a few weeks off when I had you, and then I went back to work. And then I had Courtney, and they closed the mine while I was off having her.
You would have gone back afterwards?
I did go back when I got an opportunity, but at that point I had 3 kids and one with a disability, and I
Bessie
had
is located where?
Jefferson County, but that's not that mine has never reopened. The mine that I got called back to was Adger, which is out near where that amusement park is.
Yeah.
It's very close to that amusement park.
But you didn't have to travel as far as Mike to Bessie.
No, but still, it's 30, 45 minutes.
Yeah, still, yeah.
And then to go to the Adger mine, I only worked there for like a week. I knew I wasn't going to go back. I just went back and got the money, basically. And you all stayed with Niecy, because Sonny's wife, because I had to have a babysitter, right? And I worked 3 to 11. And Mike, really, you only had to stay there a few hours, because Mike picked you all up on his way home from day shift. And I dropped you all off about 2 o'clock, and he picked you all up about 4 or 5 o'clock.
Interesting. Okay.